Today on the Topping Show, UAW October 6th livestream, but without censorship and with my charming personality. Anheuser-Busch St. Louis Arch tweet is mocked for looking like their sales trajectory. DeSantis takes a leaf out of Vivek's book and is now willing to shut down the Department of Education. Nikki Haley proposes the repeal of a federal gas tax, an idea from 1996, but nevertheless a good idea. Their mermaid actually lost $150 million. Ford lays off an additional 400 workers in Michigan to the UAW strike. Liberty Safe posts a privacy update, but it's immediately mocked. Costco is selling gold bars and going viral. Ford EV launch sales up to 20,000 units and beyond. And major airlines are scrambling to track down engine parts that are too dangerous because they are knockoffs. All that much more on The Topping Show. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Today's episode of Topping Show is sponsored by Topping Technologies. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller and services company with a special proficiency in IT security. Heck, I see their founder at least twice a day. Gotta say he's quite handsome and brilliant. He's me, you see, that's a joke. If you're an IT leader or business owner, you can reach the team at sales@toppingtechnologies.com. Also, we're trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of October, so if you can click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Now going over to the business part of the podcast, you have Ford announcing more layoffs, and specifically they're laying off about 400 workers in Michigan due to the UAW strike. This after the UAW wanted to bankrupt the big three basically by asking literally $80 to $100 billion in increases, wages, and benefits. Everything from getting paid to work 40 hours a week, but only actually working a mere 32, and getting a 40% increase in their wages, pensions back, additional health care, and a myriad of other things that would surpass the profits of the big three. Now, it looks like Ford is specifically directing about 300 workers at Livonia and 50 at the Sterling Heights plant, and they're telling them not to report back to work. Now, this is according to a statement by a spokesperson from Ford by the name of Dan Barbosa, and it looks like the results they say are specifically are because of the Detroit-based UAW's walkout previously on earlier Friday at the Chicago assembly plant, which produces the Ford Explorer, the Lincoln Navigator, and the Police Interceptor SUVs, and the union is paying its members that are laid off by the Detroit 3 about $500 per week, which is actually the same price that's being paid by $500 per week by the folks who are striking, which, I was going to say, getting paid $500 to hold a sign is not a bad deal. For weeks of work, well, some would debate if that's really work. Let's just say I've worked a lot harder to get paid a lot less throughout my careers. It'll be interesting to see how quickly these layoffs continue to expand as the UAW is strategically kneecapping the big three. Some would compare it to the mobs. Some would, but certainly some would. But it's one of those things where, strategically, instead of having a whole plant go on strike, they're just having a couple of folks go on strike. And apparently the big three were prudent enough to actually cross-train their employees. So the whole plant is basically close to a shutdown, which is detrimental for the 18 people who still want to buy the product. So in their instance, they're just going to have to lay folks off. So it'll be interesting to see who gives first, but again, are you going out to buy a car these days? You got, I don't know, what unprecedented amount of uncertainty in the economy. No one knows how bad things are going to get. A lot of businesses are pulling back. Most people I know are just trying to stretch their dollars and make their things that they own currently last longer. They're not going out and buying a $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 plus vehicle, as the big three vehicles are actually more expensive than most on average. It'll be interesting to see, but time shall tell. Thank you everyone again for taking the time to tune in today. I know it's ambitious. We're trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of October, so if you can click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, your feedback in the comments are greatly appreciated, even if it's a harsh critique. That's how I always say you grow the best. Also, a like helps the channel out and it gets the video shared more, possibly, maybe. I'm not sure. It looks like the algorithm kind of is a little haphazard, so to say. But nevertheless, all those three things help the channel out, and I greatly appreciate it. Also, and lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.